Louis. He is a Maltipoo. He will be 1 year old on November 19th. He loves his mommy. He is a spoiled little monster. When we first got him, he whined all the time, like all night. Couldn't even sleep. He will be crying, whining, whimpering non-stop. He has peed in the bed. He has pooped in the bed. But we learned our lesson quickly. We was like, okay, we gotta learn how to potty train him. I thought it was gonna be hard. You just gotta be consistent. If you don't have time to train your dog, you're not gonna have that good of an experience. And you don't have time to spend with your dog, it might not be the best experience. Because I noticed when I was working more, I found myself being so frustrated with Louis. But now, not even just now, but once I started like change jobs and my hours were different, and then also letting Louis stay with his dad when I was at work, like we would take turns keeping him, just so he had enough time with his human parents, because he is needy, very needy, and when his needs are not met, he acts out. Okay, Louis, for the longest, I would leave him at home in his kennel, which he hated. And also that's another thing, for a long time, not for a long time, but for the majority of his young life, pup life, he would poop in his cage, he would pee in his cage, and then I would try to leave like pads in his cage. Sometimes he would use it on his pads, but dogs don't like to poop or pee in the same area that they sleep. So you really want to keep their poop and peeing area away from their kennel, as well as feeding. Like, they don't want to eat in the same place where they use the restroom. It wasn't hard to get Louis on dog food. At first it was just like, what food do we feed him? We didn't know. We started out with the little plastic cases of I think it was like Purina or something like that. And when we first got him, that's what we fed. It was cheap. Like I said, didn't know what to feed him. But just so happened, Louis got sick like a few days after having him. He got sick and he was pooping blood. I don't know why. And when we took him to, they had what they call med vet, which is basically like the animal hospital, because this happened kind of like overnight, and that's especially like a pet emergency room. So took him there, they did the test and all that, and I forgot what was wrong with Louis, but basically it was something with the food. So I don't know what food the people who we bought him from were feeding him. So be careful when you are changing your dog's food, especially like when you get a new puppy, and if you're buying them from like someone else, if it's not like a newborn, then you want to know what they were feeding him, and if you can get your hands on the food that he or she was eating before, and you want to possibly put him on some new food, then you want to do a transition. And that transition is not just completely switching that food over, it is mixing the old food with the new food and gradually reducing the amount of old food until the dog is completely on the new food. But I didn't know that. So, and I didn't know what he was eating, because Louis was a present, so I didn't even meet the people who we got him from. So yeah, the vet doctor recommended a food by Hill's Science, and that is the food he has been eating ever since. He loves that food. It's soft and like meaty. I tried to put him on like kibble, hard dog food, but he would not really eat it. He didn't like it. So we just stuck with that food, and it's pretty affordable, and one can for him can last like 2.5 days. We feed him twice a day. We make sure we give him water, but some days he just be more thirsty than others, and he be peeing a lot, so sometimes we have to take his water because he go through pads really fast. So as far as training him, potty training, again, it's just about making time and being consistent. If you're gonna try to pad train your dog, try to put the pads in the same place. I mean, not even try, you need to put the pads in the same place every time. The only thing I might would change was how many pads I put down. When he was smaller, of course, we would have smaller pads, and I would just use one because he wasn't using the bathroom that much. But as he got older, he would use the restroom more. So I would either do 2 small pads, and then eventually we switched over to bigger pads, just so we're not having to do cleanup so much. Hair sprays that they sell at the pet store, which I tried it. I don't think it worked. I ended up taking it back, and it was pretty expensive. I feel like that's like trying to take the easy way out, but it's really, I don't think it works. So the spray, basically you can put it in areas where you don't want your dog to use the restroom, because for a while Louis would poop and pee on the floor, especially carpet, like little rug areas. He would use the restroom. I guess because the texture of the carpet reminded him of his pads. So I would, for a couple of days, I tried to use this spray and I don't think it worked. Honestly, I would whoop Louis, not like beat him, but I popped him. And also whenever he did it and I caught him, it was, you know, redirecting the behavior in the moment. It's just like teaching school. Positive reinforcement is necessary more than negative, you know, punishment and stuff like that. I definitely put him in the kennel when he did something bad. Especially if I didn't catch him in the moment. If I found out about it later, even I'm pretty sure he forgot, but he knew he had done something wrong. Like when Louis did use the restroom on his pad, I would be so excited. I'm like, yes, you used the bathroom on your pad. That's the big boy. And I would give him treats. I don't, like, we don't even really buy treats now anymore because he's pretty well trained now. His treats are more like snacks. So like peanut butter cake, because he only eats 2 times a day. I know he probably be hungry or just wanted to eat in the middle of the day because he's really greedy. So sometimes I give him peanut butter. We found out that apples are good for them. So if we have apples, we'll give him a couple pieces. Like I said, sometimes, not all the time, if I'm eating, I might give him a piece of chicken, but we don't make that a habit because he will beg and beg and beg, and you know, I don't want him to think that every time we eat, he's supposed to eat. And he thinks that already. So yeah, positive reinforcement, giving your dog a treat, rubbing his head, patting his head, rubbing behind his ears, you know, getting down on the floor and interacting, being excited, because if he sees you excited, he's gonna be excited too. And he's gonna be like, okay, I need to do that again. Something else, toys. Louis loves to play. He's very playful, very active. He chewed up a lot of his toys, but we have found 2 toys that are undefeated, indestructible. And we haven't had to buy any toys since, because these 2 he has not been able to tear up. They're like a hard plastic material, so depending on what type of dog you got, that might be the best toy for use. For some dogs, they can handle soft, fluffy toys, but for Louis, he would just rip them apart and go for the squeaker, tear all the cotton out, and that'd be the end of it. The collar and leash are potentially, I would say, necessary, especially if you're gonna walk your dog. Louis is a dog that cannot be trusted without a collar and a leash outside, because he will run across the street. He will just take off. So we do leash him when we walk him. For a small dog like Louis, I would recommend a harness to go around their back, and the leash would connect at the back area instead of around his neck, just because that's a little much tugging on his little bitty neck. So I like the harnesses better, and they come in different little designs and colors. Haircuts, grooming. Ideally, we should be getting Louis groomed 1 to 2 times a month. On the high end, 2 times, where he will go like maybe at the beginning of the month and get a full haircut, bath, and then his second visit will be like of the month, where he would just go for like a trim, fingernail trim, just a quick trim up, shape up, nothing like extreme. Louis does sleep in the bed with me most of the time. He still has his bed, his kennel. Well, it's not even really a bed, it's a pillow. His kennel is a bit small for him. So maybe for his birthday we'll get him a new kennel. What do you think about that? You want a new kennel? So the better you can attend to the dog early on, the better he or she will be when they get older. Like, we can leave Louis at home now without him being in his kennel. He has plenty of room to walk around if he wants to. Louis sleeps a lot. Like, if we're not doing nothing, he just be asleep. He just be laying down. Other than that, Louis do 3 things. He eat, he sleep, and he loves to play. That's what he do. That's his routine. Most dogs get up to 12 to 14 hours of sleep a day. So whereas we're sleeping typically 6 to 8 hours. Like I said, I'll catch Louis like if I'm on my computer or we're watching TV, Louis will be taking a nap. He knows sit. He knows wait. So we tell him wait sometimes when we feed him. Just to wait is a good command because it is one of those commands that allows the dog to know that you're in control of feed time. So like when we feed him sometimes, because he's really anxious and antsy when it's time to eat, we're like wait, because he eats so fast. And he'll sit there and he'll just wait. He'll wait. He'll wait. And then when he knows eat, so after he's waited, I'll say eat. He'll proceed to go to his bowl. He knows. So if we're playing, he knows. Or if I'm ready to play, I'll say go get your toy. Matter of fact, let me see. Go get it. Go get your toy. Go get it. Go get your toy. And he always looks to make sure, like, you sure? We about to play? You want to play? Okay. Go get your toy. Go get it. So he knows go get your toy when we're actually start playing and like we're doing fetch. And he brings it back. Like I say, bring it to me. He'll come to me. Put it down, like he has his toy in his mouth, because he likes people to chase. He likes us to chase him. I think he started doing that because I would take his toy and I would run, make him chase me, and he caught on like, okay, this is kind of fun. Let me make you chase me. So come on. I think he's looking for it. Let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see it. Come on. Come on. Come on. And this means he wants me to chase him. Come on. Here. So this is one of his toys. The only thing he has been able to do is like nibble off some of these ends of the yellow things, but overall he has not been able to completely destroy it. Put it down. Put it down. He done put it down. What else he know? Get down. So like if he's in the bed or something and we want him to get down on the floor, he knows get down. Even though it take us 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times to say it because he's hard-headed. I've been trying to teach him get on the couch. So like if I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking, or just in the kitchen in general, or whatever, I don't want him in the area that I'm in and we're close to the living room. I'm teaching him get on the couch. I think he kind of knows it, but we haven't done it that much. Like I just started a couple days ago teaching him to get on the couch. Like, go get on the couch. You don't have to go, but that means go sit down on the couch. He definitely knows, go get in your cage. He hates go get in your cage because that typically means he's in trouble. And he's to the point now, he know he's done something bad. go get his cage on his own, or I will only have to say it one time and he'll take off running and go get him. He knows go use the bathroom. So like, if he don't have to use it, he not gonna go. He just not. So he'll go take off running and he'll go use the bathroom. He'll go pee, poop, whatever you gotta do. Typically you wanna keep the commands the same. And you wanna keep them pretty short, like one to 3 words max. Like, go get in your cage, like that's 4 words. Or get in your cage, because we kind of country ghetto with it, so we say get in your cage, or go get in your cage. Wait, eat, sit, no, get down. Like, they're really simple and to the point. Alright, so that's pretty much the end of this video. If you have any questions, other questions about what it's like to have a dog, any questions on anything I've done as far as training Louis, which I really haven't done much. I already said it over and over. It's just being consistent, doing the same thing the same way. Take your dog to the vet. In Dallas, they have a lot of places called city vets, so they're like more, not franchise, but more popular. The city vet is pretty much everywhere. It's almost like a CVS or a Walmart. You can find them anywhere. So we take it to the city vet, and other than that, if something dire is going on, it's an emergency, then we'll take it to the vet. But that's worst case scenario, because it's literally like taking them to the hospital. Okay.